What's up, guys? It's your boy GusVillaJewelry back with another Q&A Fridays where I answer your burning hot questions about jewelry. As always, I put up a post on Instagram. I tell you, ask me anything you need to know about jewelry and I will try to answer them. After about 5 minutes, I shut it down. I pick the 5 best questions and I'm going to answer them today. Let's get this thing popping.
Jewelry.
Fucking crazy. All right, so here we go. First question is from Raybert Cologne. Raybert Cologne's response: what kind of customers request do you hate the most? Ooh, there's so many of them that I actually hate. But to be fair, like, I want you guys to ask me any questions, right? I'm here to answer any questions. If you have any questions, me and my team will try to do the best thing that we can to answer any of them. So feel free to ask me anything through DMs. Honestly, ask me anything. However, also understand that I get 1,000 DMs, 1,000 emails, calls, text messages. It's a lot. A lot of things that get a little bit repetitive, and it does get a little bit annoying. And I'm only answering this because it's a question here, is when people ask me to bust down chains, having absolutely no clue of how much they cost. People think busting down chains is as simple as just going down to the flea market and picking one up for $150. If you're busting down a chain, especially in silver, gold, platinum, it don't matter what it is. They are expensive because it's so much labor. There's 2 ways to bust down chains. The first one is you bust it down the machine-made way, I should really say, which is you have the mold in wax, and with a machine, you drill holes and you drill the diamonds in there. And then that machine casts that piece, and once the piece is casted, the diamonds are already in there. You're good to go. That's the run-of-the-mill mall kind of crap that you're gonna buy everywhere. That's okay. You wanna buy that? That's completely up to you. But the regular way that we jewelers bust down pieces is hand set, prong set, or pave set diamonds. And that takes time, lots and lots of time and lots of labor. So when they ask me, hey, how much to bust down a chain? And I tell them, oh, it's $30,000, $40,000, $50,000. And they're like, oh my God, why so much? At the mall, I can get one for like 20 bucks. Well, we'll go to the mall because in real life, it's expensive. Next question. What is the heaviest piece you've ever manufactured? It's by VX Civics Response. Or here. Where the hell are you gonna put it, creep? Who knows? The heaviest piece I've ever done is probably a 3-kilo chain. It was actually just short of 3-kilo chains. It was 18 karat, 2,800 something grams. I made it back when I was working at the other company. It started it at 1 p.m. in the afternoon, and by the time we were done with it, because the guy wanted it in 2 days, by the time we were done with it, we didn't go to sleep until the following day when we handed it to him 24 hours later. Big pieces are fire. They look so cool and they're very, very challenging to make. There's a lot of things that require brute strength because you don't have the machinery to do it. There's nothing that can handle that kind of tension. Like, for instance, turning the links, you have to manually go in there and turn the links yourself. For filing the chain is something that's gonna literally blow your back out. Pause. It's insane. Like, if you didn't go to the gym to work out back, don't worry about it. That filing has got you covered. Whereas regularly you take, I don't know, 2 hours or an hour to file a chain, you would take anywhere from 3 to 4 hours because you gotta take breaks, and then the wood gets really hot, the shellac gets hot. It's a mess, but ultimately they're fun and they're challenging, and it's a really, really good time to make them. Plus they're really profitable, so that's also good too. So yeah, it was about a 2,800 some odd gram, 18 karat chain. The thing was an absolute monster. Maybe I could find the pick of it somewhere. Okay, this next question is from YMXMD's response. What's the most expensive piece you've ever made? Oh, by far, I made a 3-carat fancy vivid yellow F-colored diamond ring for one of my really good clients. He's bought in a bunch of jewelry from me. I made that for him exclusively. We hand designed the entire piece. It was a huge stone right in the middle, and then it followed up with some beautiful BVS stones that went around. That whole diamond setup, from the inception to the ring to the main stone, the whole entire piece was about $380,000. So it was an insane project that took lots of hours, lots of planning. That's the most expensive piece I've ever done. But I don't want to do it ever again because the amount of skill and labor and my asshole puckering every single time I touch that stone, like I said, not for me. Let's stick to chains, baby. Let's go. Next question is from Ismael's underscore. He asks, small or thick chains, is one harder to make than the other? Yes, 1000%. And it's because of the size of the links, soldering them, and then not over filing them when you are filing them on a board. The level of expertise you need to solder smaller chains is much higher than the bigger ones. You have more room for error. Not to mention, let's say for instance, in 24 inches, which is the most common size people order, let's say for instance, you're going with a 14mm chain, which is a thicker chain. You got about roughly, and I'm just throwing numbers out there, roughly around 60 links, right? So you have to solder 60 links together to make 24. You probably need less than that, but I'm just overshooting it. To make that same 24 inches in 5mm, 6 or 7, you need about 180 to 190 links. So imagine something that's already harder because of the size, but you also have to do more of it to get to the desired length that you're looking for. It's harder, it's much more difficult to solder, and it's a lot more time consuming. And ultimately, because I get paid per weight, I have to now compensate for that by making the actual piece more expensive as well. Otherwise, you would literally lose money making the thinner pieces. So it's a great question. It is much, much harder. And that's why most jewelers are gonna prefer to make bigger pieces, because ultimately we get paid by the weight, but we wanna get paid more and we wanna take less time doing it. That's why you can get a discount if you are ordering a bigger piece as opposed to a smaller one. Great question. Next question and final question. Jewelry Champagne is asking, best chain for gold, is it 18K? Price quality? I don't really understand the question. I'm assuming, are you asking, is 18K the best type of carat to make a chain in? It's up to you. It's up to preference. It's something that's debated so much. Even in this comment section right now, people are gonna say 18 karat is too little. Some people only like 22 karat. Some people like 10 karat. To be honest with you, you're just buying the percentage of gold inside the mix. You have to understand that any single piece of jewelry that you buy, whether it's 10 or 24 karat, what you're buying is the percentage of fine gold inside that mix. In other words, you can grab that 10K chain, refine it, and bring it down to, let's say it's 100 grams, to the 41 grams that's fine gold. You have fine gold in everything that you buy, and that's the only thing that you're buying when you're buying the chain. You're buying the fine gold mix plus the labor. So 18 karat doesn't necessarily mean it's any better than 14 karat. It doesn't necessarily mean it's better than 10 karat. It's all really your preference. If you want durability, if the question is about durability, 10 and 14 are the best because they have more alloy in it. As far as a resale value, again, it doesn't matter whether it's 18 because you're only reselling the fine gold that's in the mix of the chain itself. I hope that answers your question, even if that was your question. I don't really know, I didn't understand it, but I answered it the best I could. Anyway, as always, love you guys. I'm really happy to be doing these Q&A Fridays. I think they're fun. I think you guys should ask any questions. Maybe next week, we'll grab the questions from the YouTube, so drop it down below if you guys have any questions. Drop it down below. I'll try to read through them. I'll answer them. And Creep's gonna grab the best 5 of them and we'll answer them next week. Also, there's 50% of you guys, I'm looking at the stats, that are watching these videos, but you're not subscribing. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so that the next time that the video comes out, you're the first one to see it. Support your boy, man. I'm making these videos for you guys. Don't be a little ungrateful. See you guys in the next video. Love you, pistols.